Hey everybody, welcome back. Norwegian Lockpicker here. I don't know how many times everybody probably runs into this once in a while, just absent-minded and not paying attention, but you end up you're rekeying your lock or repinning your lock, and you load the damn lock backwards, and you put the follower in going the wrong direction. So now I suppose I could put a shim in here and use the shim to bridge the gap and then push the core back in that way using the shim. But as of right now, this is the only follower I've got. So I seen this on another video. I wish I could remember who I saw do it. It might have been Bosnian Bill or could have been somebody else. Apologize for not looking ahead there, looking back on videos and seeing if I could find that. But so what they did was they took a selfie stick here. You can probably go buy this off of a convenience store rack for about I don't know, probably $6, $10, somewhere in that range. I don't even remember where I got it. I think it came with a kit for my GoPro. In reality, it doesn't work very good because when you put the GoPro on here, if you mount the rest of the different attachments onto it so the GoPro is held up and you can hold it straight or tilt it or whatever, it ends up being a little too much weight, and the slightest turn gets it off balance and then it just spins. So I really don't care much for that selfie stick because of that. And we got this in a random package at Christmas, and it's another selfie stick that's almost the same thing, but this one's a little better. It's got grooves cut into it here for stabilizing so these bars can't twist and turn. So, and it also came with a cell phone mount in there so you can clip your phone in, and it's got the wire so you hook it up to your phone and then you can push the button and take selfies. So this one's a little nicer. Not sure if it's valued anymore or not, but I'm gonna take this selfie stick, so I've got an extra follower. I can try push this follower back out and then run my core back in, and then I'll have numerous sizes of followers all the way from this to this, to the biggest one, and they will all nest together and fit nice. So whoever came up with that idea originally, that was a great idea. I'm gonna give it a shot. I pulled back the rubber handle here. It looks like they put a notch in here, dent the tube, so the tube behind that then only goes in that far. It stops and it's the end of it's hitting right here. So what I need to do is pull this back a little bit so it's not in the way, and then I'll cut this off with my Dremel, and then I'll pull this out, and then I should be able to, this tube should be then free by itself. And I suspect that I'll have to do the same thing for each of these tubes. So I'm gonna pause the video and I'll cut this off and then we'll see what it looks like. All right, so that went pretty good. Might still be a little hot, but I cut off the back end just ahead of those notches, then cut perfectly straight, but I straighten it out a little bit on the end here. Now we'll see what we get. Pull that off. I should also be able to pull this handle off, get rid of that. And I suspect on this end I'll probably do this right away next and cut this right off behind this dimple that's locking the mounting bracket or the mounting piece on there. So all right, I got the end piece cut off, cut into the plastic a little bit. Must have been right on the edge of it. I could smell the plastic burning, but I don't see any plastic left in there, so must have been just touching the edge. All right, now I think at least I can pull this top one off. I'm suspecting that each one of these has that same dimpled stopper in there. So okay, I got some little brass pieces that sit in there. Those might come in handy. They're almost like a little shim. Interesting. So they sit in there. That's probably what locks it into, gives it that feedback click. Okay, so there's one off, and oh, by George, we might not even have to cut the rest of them either. Let's see what happens. Coming right back out. Okay. Got my pliers here. Let's give that. I'll be very careful here because I suspect these bend very easily, so grab it too much of your pliers and you're gonna just bend them. Got more of these little brass pieces, and they get smaller with each one, so it might be able to hammer out that little dimple or grind it off, and you got a whole set of little shims, brass shims. Interesting. Okay, there's the second one out. Use the handle of my pliers here to push that back. Oh, there the pieces shoot out, and I got two more little brass shims. Second piece. The only problem I'm having is just trying to get them pushed through here. Oh, they're gonna shoot out. One of those little brass shims came falling out, and I jammed my pliers in the end. Okay. Whoa. Graceful. Nice. Okay. Third one. Here's another smaller shim. The other one fell on the floor. I'll get that back later. Now let's see. See what I got here that'll work a little better for pushing that out than my back handle on my pliers. Oh, you know what? This will probably work just about perfect. Sparrow's gut wrench. I should be able to hook this right on the edge of it. Give it a push. Maybe. There we go. Movement. There we go. It just passed. And there's the next two little shims. There we go. Three, and then the end piece is down in there with a shim in it as well. I need something a little different. It'll fit inside of there to push it out. Let's just try a pencil. See if I can get enough grip on it with the eraser. Remember, I cut that end off with the Dremel, so it's probably kind of sharp in there. I got the end exposed. See if I can grab a hold of that and give it a little tug. There she comes. Oh, I lost one of the. I got two little shims laying on the floor. So here's that other little shim. You know, those might be just perfect for when you're using a regular follower. They'll fit, you know, it'll bridge that gap between this and that, but I'm not sure what the thickness is on them. They're not very thick, so pretty. It might be too thick, but it's a thought. Okay, so here. Got it all right apart. Now what I might think what I'll end up doing is I'll probably end up cutting these rims off here. I'm not sure if you can see that very well. There we go. See that little rib on them. I don't think I need them that long. I kind of like this opposite end here has a nice taper on it. Keeps it, it's already been touched off, so I think I might keep that on there for right now, see if it gives me any problems. But I think I'll cut each of these off right at this point here, and then I've got a fully nestable set of followers here. One, two, skip a few. And then they just slide all back inside of each other like that, and yeah. Oops, I'm sorry. I did that without you even being able to see it. So yeah, now they all fit right down inside of each other, and they come apart real easy after you pull those shims out. So they'll shorten them up a little bit and clean up the edges, and I've got a full new set of followers. Very cool. I'm not sure who came up with that idea, but it wasn't my original idea. Seen it on another video. Thank you, I appreciate it. Alright, that was Norwegian Lockpicker, and don't forget to stay legal, and if you don't respect the lock or the keyway, if you don't respect the keyway, don't stick your pick in it. Thanks, guys.